before I went to Leeds, I was told by my data team that within 3 years, Leeds had an 84% chance of getting relegated. But I knew there was a high level of probability that we were going to face relegation often. And I wasn't afraid of that. You know, I believe that Victor Orta and the people involved at the club were the right people. I had been in contact with them for many seasons or many months. And we felt that we could transfer the team into something that would resemble what I thought about football, what they thought about football, what the community demanded. But all of that knowing that failure was more than a probability. And now that being said, we stayed up in my first year, and in my second year, I was sacked at 17th. But if you went by match day 20, we would have actually been in 13th place if we were one game less played than the rest.
Do you think it would have kept them up if you stayed?
Yeah, I think we would.
Because you knew the squad and the new guy coming in.
I believe that we were, and actually the trajectory of the team after the World Cup was, by all metrics, in an extremely positive direction. And internally, we knew that. Internally, it's funny. The day I got sacked, I had a leadership council meeting with the leaders in the team, and we were discussing a few different topics. And Luke Ayling said to me, Jesse, we just need to stay calm. Like when you came in last year, we have plenty of time. We're in a good direction. We've got this. And I said to him literally that day, I agree with you, but I think we have time, but I don't know that I have time. And then that afternoon, I was sacked.
When a manager gets sacked, you never really hear about it from their perspective. You only hear the media version. Do you plead your case? Like, is it like getting broken up with by the love of your life when you're 19 and you can tell by her that she's not touching you in the same way? Do you walk into the boardroom and know?
I don't know that analogy is, but I understand what
you're saying. Do you walk in and you know this is bad news? She's shivering a bit.
Well, Victor Orta and
or do they just go through the agent?
And Angus Kinnear, no, we're loitering on the outside of my office, and I could tell by their body language and the fact that they weren't just normally they'd walk right in and say hello. I could tell. So I said, "Hey guys," and then they walk as they were walked in, and I said, "So it's done," and they said, "Yeah, right." And so yeah, of course, at that moment, then
did you say why?
No, I knew why. I knew why. And I'm not going to tell you why, but I knew why. So
results or
yeah, I mean there were certain people involved that had been against me for a while, you know, and so but we were aligned for. I mean, most of the time, I think the way that we worked together was outstanding.